Now here's a brand new pile of rubber. And these are the Nitto NT01s. This is the rear tire, 275 40 18. And these are going on the Boxster for my upcoming track day. This year, for what it's worth, I put in the TPMS, the tire pressure monitoring system. Is that right? Something like that. The sensors that go in the tire to give me my tire pressures. I didn't have that before because I have them on my street tires, but not on my track tires. So we'll see how accurate this is. Hi there. Porsche cars, along with other European makes, namely BMW, Audi, Volkswagen, etc., tend to use lug bolts to hold the wheels onto their cars. Other makers will use lug nuts. Now, if you want to add spacers to your wheels, either to accommodate a set of track wheels, for instance, which have a different ET from your road wheels, well then you're going to need a longer bolt. And if you change track side because your track wheels are, say, dedicated for track and you can't run them on the road, well then if you have longer bolts to hold them on at the track, then you're going to have to remember to pack your shorter bolts to put the other wheels on. And also don't forget to pack this little gizmo. This is a wheel guide. It helps you slide things on. You screw it in and you slide the wheel onto this thing, and then you take it back out and after you put your bolts in. Well, it's an extra step and it's a bit of a nuisance really. So today we're going to solve this issue by installing a set of wheel studs, which come with lug nuts. So let's get to it. So normally we put this guy in here, in one of these spaces here to guide the wheel on. These ones will turn. So if you don't have this little guy here to hold it in place and line everything up, when you're trying to put your wheel on, trying to get it hub centric here, if this turns a little bit like this, you're fucked. So we're going to get rid of this problem. And it's easy peasy. All we have to do is put in our wheel studs. And we'll put a double nut on it. And we'll torque it in. I think these are the Redline lens. So these are 40 Newton meters, I believe. I'll check. It's somewhere between 32 and 40 Newton meters. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. Now you can put these on with Loctite, but not with regular Loctite. You need, I'll have to look it up, but you need a heat-proof type Loctite because, of course, these are brakes. They get really hot at the track. So regular Loctite will melt away and act actually like a lubricant, so it could easily back out. But the manufacturer of the bolts says that it's optional to put Loctite on it. So we can also just torque it in dry like that, which is what I'm going to be doing. Now it's threaded in. What we're going to do is just going to lock these nuts together. Click, 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 like that. Okay, so now we can torque this in to spec. Okay, so now I'm going to torque this to 40 Newton meters. Okay, it's not a lot, huh? It's not 40 Newton meters isn't very much. So it doesn't really get more complicated than that. Well, we just go around the wheel. I'm going to put these all in and torque them down to spec. And that's it. It's no big deal. And of course, when we put the wheel on to put the spacer on, spacers will fit on there nicely. Look at that. It's never going to move. Okay, so proof of the pudding. Let's just see if this is going to be easier. or whether I'm wasting my time. Well, there it is. I didn't put the spacer on. Because these wheels are ET40s, whereas my stock wheel on the back is ET40, no, 50, no, I don't know. I'll look it up. These are ECS tuning. These are 10 millimeter spacers that I have on the front of the car. And here, there's two places where you can put in a screw, and they provide these screws that will hold this in place. So even if you don't have the, like I'm doing, even if you don't have that, this won't move. So this is a much better type of spacer, one that doesn't move when you're trying to put your wheel on. Now I no longer have this problem, of course, because of the wheel studs. Okay, so sometimes it's useful to have a stick. And it's surprising how often I use this stick for various things. This is the Porsche tool number 1x2. And that clicks into place. Because otherwise, obviously, the wheel would turn by itself. So you want to see what it looks like with the street wheels on it? Well, here we go. Kind of a little bit aggressive looking. James Bond. Wow. Kind of cool. See you next time for the brake pad swap. I hope this video worked for you. Please click on that handsome racer dude in the upper right corner to subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell to get notified of upcoming good stuff. Oh, and please leave a comment. Love those. You can click on the like if you like.